A new international airport being built to service China's Xiamen city.
And the critiques of Xiamen's new airport add to the storm of safety and national defense fears.
Massive airports, new rail hubs, and sprawling port terminals are set to transform travel and trade by next year. Towers of steel and glass now rise where highways meet the sea. Commuters can expect faster travel times, larger freight movements, and busier stations across key cities. Officials and construction teams are racing to complete platforms, runways, and tunnels at record speed. Yet, among all these colossal undertakings, one question remains: which of these projects will truly redefine China's future on a global scale? Xiamen Xiang'an International Airport. Xiamen will open a main airport on Dadeng Island called Xiamen Xiang'an International Airport. The first phase aims to handle 45 million passengers each year and 750,000 tons of cargo and mail. The initial layout includes 2 runways and a main terminal designed for fast passenger flow. Later stages plan for 4 runways and extra terminals to raise capacity to 75 million passengers. The entire project carries a major budget reported at about 55 billion yuan. The site sits at the southeast edge of Xiamen City near the mouth of the Julong River. New roads and bridges are under construction to link the airport to Xiamen Island and to the mainland. Highway links will shorten travel times from Guangzhou and Jiangzhou. Planners placed bonded warehouses and customs inspection halls close to the cargo park so trucks can move consignments directly into secure areas. The airport will include a maintenance base for aircraft, a cargo apron for freighters, and cold chain storage for perishable exports. Ground handlers will have dedicated zones for pallet loading and customs clearance. International ground handling firms are expected to set up operations alongside local firms to manage international freight flows. Airlines such as Xiamen Air and other carriers will use the new field to add routes and to move some services from the older Xiamen Gaoqi International Airport. Gaoqi will continue to serve regional flights and private aviation, while Xiang'an handles long-haul, international, and cargo services. More landing slots at Xiang'an will allow freighter schedules to run with fewer delays. Construction work created local demand for labor. Local contractors performed land reclamation, road construction, and terminal foundations, while national engineering firms supplied navigation systems and radar arrays. Builders installed an air traffic control tower, cabling for operational systems, and automated baggage handling equipment. Engineers also fitted security screening systems and boarding bridges. Planners set rules to protect nearby wetlands and to reduce bird strike risk. Builders used quieter machines near sensitive zones and installed sound barriers to lower noise for nearby residents. Water runoff control and dust suppression were part of the site work to meet environmental standards. Landscape engineers placed buffer areas and set limits on lighting to protect migratory birds. The terminal design groups arrivals, departures, and transfer flows to make movement efficient. A satellite concourse will let several aircraft board at the same time, while keeping walking distances short for passengers. Retail areas, food halls, and airline offices sit inside the paid areas. Large, clear signage and direct walkways aim to reduce confusion for first-time visitors. Freight operations include bonded zones, customs inspection halls, and direct cargo taxiways. Cold chain rooms will support seafood, fruit, and other perishables for export. Logistics companies plan value-added services such as light assembly, quality checks, and repackaging inside bonded stores, so exporters can add last-minute steps before shipment. Training and workforce plans are in place. Local colleges and aviation schools will offer courses for pilots, aircraft technicians, and ground crew. The training base will host flight simulators and maintenance workshops. Airlines and ground handlers plan to recruit and train staff before commercial operations begin. Official schedules set system trials and equipment tests before passenger flights start. If tests are completed on time, the first phase may open for limited operations by the end of 2026. Full expansion will follow as new runways and terminals are completed over subsequent years. When the new airport opens, it will add capacity, new routes, and faster freight handling for Fujian and the coastal region. But as Fujian prepares for takeoff, another region is quietly building its own gateway to the skies. What's their plan? Suzhou Changshu Civil Airport and Nantong New Airport. Suzhou will open its first civil airport in Changshu. The site covers about 76 hectares, and the field is classed as an A1 general airport. Planners expect it to handle small and medium aircraft and serve several roles. The primary focus is on business flights, pilot training, aerial photography, agricultural aviation, and emergency rescue. The design also sets aside space for a drone testing ground and for low-altitude service trials. The terminal will be compact, so boarding and checks will move quickly. Gates will match the scale of the airfield, and the apron space will keep aircraft close to service areas. Ground handling areas will include small cargo bays, fuel supply points, and maintenance pockets for light aircraft. The airport aims to make short trips efficient for local firms and to give training schools a nearer base than distant hubs. Changshu will not compete with major airports in Shanghai. Instead, the field will support niche needs and cut travel time for executives and technicians who need quick charters. Local industries in Suzhou, including firms in Suzhou Industrial Park and nearby towns, will use the site for urgent staff moves and same-day visits. Emergency services will gain a closer base for medical evacuation and disaster response flights. Nearby colleges and aviation schools plan training programs at the Changshu base. Courses include flight simulator sessions, maintenance workshops, and ground handling instruction. The drone area will host delivery trials, aerial inspections, and research into low-altitude rules. These facilities will create jobs in training, handling, and maintenance. Local planners expect passenger growth. Nantong New Airport sits in Jiangsu Province and forms part of the Yangtze River Delta Plan to increase air capacity. Some planners describe Nantong as a future third airport for the Shanghai area. The project will open in stages, and the initial phase aims to handle high passenger volumes with 2 parallel runways and a main terminal. When later phases finish, Nantong will serve long-distance and international flights and will include expanded cargo zones for heavy goods. The Nantong site links to expressways and to planned rail spurs that tie into the Yangtze River Delta Road and rail network. This will let freight and passengers transfer between air, rail, and road. The airport will host bonded warehouses and customs inspection halls to speed export processing and to allow value-added work inside secure areas. Officials plan coordination across Shanghai Pudong International Airport, Shanghai Hongqiao International Airport, Nantong, and the new Changshu field. The idea is to assign roles: Changshu for training and small-scale services, Nantong for larger passenger and cargo flows, and Shanghai for the main international gateways. Authorities expect the Changshu airport to open by the end of 2026, while Nantong will begin operations in phases around the same period, with full service in later stages. Together, the 2 airports expand options in the Delta region, add jobs in handling, and improve links for business and exports. But while the skies above Shanghai are preparing for takeoff, what's unfolding down south could redefine how millions travel daily. Shenzhen Shili Comprehensive Transport Hub. Shenzhen is building a large transport hub at Shili to bring many types of travel together in one place. The hub sits in the western part of the city, where new neighborhoods meet older districts. Planners designed the site so trains, subways, buses, and taxis join under one roof. The aim is to make transfers fast and to cut walking time between services. The station will host high-speed rail services that run between Shenzhen and other cities, China Railway will operate the long-distance trains, while Shenzhen Rail Transit will run the local subway lines. The hub will link at least 4 subway lines and several intercity routes. Each service will have its own platform, so passengers can move without crossing busy tracks. Designers stacked levels to separate traffic. Long-distance trains use upper platforms. Metro services sit on a middle level, and buses, taxis, and pickup points use the ground level. Wide escalators and elevators will connect each level so people with luggage can move easily. Signage and clear walking paths will guide passengers from one service to another. The hub will include a large concourse with ticket halls for different operators. Automated ticket gates will speed entry for regular commuters. Staffed counters will help visitors and provide ticket sales for long-distance journeys. Information screens will show real-time train arrivals, departures, and transfer routes in understandable language. Retail and services are part of the plan. Small shops, cafes, and service kiosks will sit inside the concourse. Travelers can buy food, charge devices, and find travel supplies without leaving the station. Office space will sit above the platforms for companies that want to be near the transport link. The transport hub is part of a wider urban renewal plan for the Sili area. Developers plan housing, offices, and public parks close to the station to shorten commutes. Mixed-use buildings will place homes near shops and transit, so residents do not need long trips to reach work. Planners include green spaces and public squares to make the area easy to move through on foot. Construction reached major stages in recent years. Builders completed foundation work and began erecting the main structure. Some municipal updates said parts of the hub may open in phases. That means a few lines could start service earlier while the full complex opens later. The staged approach lets the city test operations and adjust schedules for different services. The station design also includes space for freight and logistics. Small parcel handling areas will let express services move goods that need quick delivery. Delivery zones near the ground level will keep commercial vehicles away from passenger entrances to reduce congestion. Safety is an important feature. The hub will have central security screening areas and emergency response plans. Fire systems, smoke control, and wide evacuation routes are part of the plans. Disabled access will include tactile paths, ramps, and step-free routes through the station. The Sili hub will change how people travel in western Shenzhen. Commuters will get faster connections and fewer transfers. Visitors will find routes and services nearby. The station will support local businesses and reduce pressure on older stations by spreading passenger flows across the city. Local training centers will prepare staff for operations and customer service roles before opening in stages. But as one futuristic hub nears completion in Shenzhen, another giant is already rising hundreds of miles away. Could Xi'an's newest mega station redefine high-speed travel even further? Xi'an East Railway Station and major high-speed rail links opening in 2026. Xi'an is building a new large rail station named Xi'an East Railway Station. The site lies on the eastern edge of the city where new neighborhoods meet. Planners designed the station to act as a major junction for high-speed routes that connect Xi'an with other provinces. The plan gives the station many platforms and multiple levels to handle heavy passenger flows. Construction work has laid long platforms and built canopies that will cover multiple tracks. The station includes separate zones for local subway services and for long-distance, high-speed trains. China Railway Xi'an Group will manage intercity services, while Xi'an Rail Transit will run city metro lines that meet at the station. Separate concourses will keep local passengers apart from those making long journeys. Key routes tied to the new station include lines that run south and north of Xi'an. The Xi'an to Xi'an high-speed rail and other corridors will use the hub to link central China with Shanxi province. Some track sections and station platforms are set to open in stages in 2026, so parts of the station will carry passengers earlier while other sections finish later. The station design includes space for train maintenance and for overnight stabling. Those yards let operators service trains and prepare sets for early departures. Logistics areas near the station will let express freight and small parcels move by rail quickly, supporting courier firms and local factories that need fast delivery to other cities. Inside the terminal, planners set clear walking routes, shops, and service counters. Large signs and display boards will show train schedules and platform numbers in simple language. Security screening zones will sit before boarding gates, so checks are organized and fast. Staff offices, ticket halls, and waiting lounges will sit above the platform so passenger flow stays smooth. Outside, the station plaza will hold bus terminals, taxi ranks, and bicycle parking. Park and ride areas will link suburban commuters with rapid trains. Bus routes will change to feed the new station, so people from nearby towns can reach trains without long walks. Roads built for the station will include lanes for goods vehicles to keep freight away from passenger entrances. Engineers fitted modern signalling and electrification systems to control train movement. Control centers will coordinate local and intercity timetables to reduce delays. Contractors also installed noise control measures and planting to lower dust and to meet environmental requirements during construction. Safety features include wide evacuation routes, fire control systems, and regular patrol areas. Accessibility is part of the layout with lifts, ramps, and tactile paving for passengers with reduced mobility. Station designers included platform screen doors on high-speed platforms to keep people safe when trains pass. Local authorities said test runs plus staff training will begin before passenger service soon. The new hub will create jobs in operations, retail, maintenance, and security. Training programs planned by local authorities will prepare staff for ticketing and crowd control and train servicing. Hotels and shops near the station will expect more visitors and business when services start. Overall, Xi'an East Railway Station will act as a major node for high-speed rail in central China. Phased openings in 2026 will bring new routes and faster connections, while full operation will follow as final work completes. But as Xi'an prepares for its grand debut, another city is quietly building something even more ambitious. What lies beneath Shanghai's waters? Shanghai Chongming. Major metro lines and transport links opening 2026. Shanghai will open the first phase of a new metro line that links Pudong with Changxing Island and Chongming Island. The line is now named Line 22, and its first phase runs about 22.4 kilometers with 5 stations. The full route will reach about 42.8 kilometers when the later sections finish. City planners listed an investment for the first phase near 32.82 billion yuan. The project will tunnel under river sections and use tunnel boring machines for long shield sections. Engineers built a single-diameter tunnel in some river crossings, so both tracks can run inside one bore. That method reduces impacts on the riverbed, but needs careful control of soil and water pressure. Work on station boxes and onshore shafts continued while tunneling crews passed under the Yangtze River. Phase 1 will include modern station features such as platform screen doors, step-free access, and a vehicle depot to house trains. Stations will interchange with existing lines, including Line 9 and Line 12. That will give passengers direct transfer options and shorter journeys to central Pudong. The depot and maintenance base will handle cleaning, repairs, and overnight parking for trains. Builders used tunnel boring machines that match soft soil conditions and the long shield sections needed for river crossings. Contractors also installed advanced ventilation and drainage systems inside deep tunnels to keep platforms dry and air fresh. Waterproof linings and grouting were applied to prevent seepage in weak soil zones. To support the new metro, bus routes will change to feed the new stations, and park and ride facilities will open near key stops. Bicycle parking and pickup points will link to station entrances, so people can finish short trips without cars. Ferry terminals and road links on the islands will connect with the metro network to give more route options. Safety and testing will follow construction. Officials plan system tests, staff training, and trial runs before passenger services begin. Control centres will coordinate train schedules and monitor signals to keep services on time. Emergency systems, fire controls, and evacuation routes form part of the station design. The new metro line will open in stages, so some stations may serve passengers earlier while builders finish other parts. The first phase opening set for the end of 2026 will bring direct metro access to Chongming and reduce long bus trips. The later stages will extend service and add more stations as the full route is completed in the following years. Trains for the line will use 6-car sets built for the Shanghai Metro. The vehicles are Class A designs with higher speed limits near 120 km per hour and full passenger information systems. Power comes from overhead lines at 1500 volts. Ticketing will use the same fare system as the rest of the Shanghai Metro, so passengers can transfer without buying extra tickets. But with the metro racing toward completion, another transformation is quietly taking shape along China's coastlines, one that could redefine how the nation moves its goods. What exactly is happening behind the cranes and cargo yards? Ports and logistics, major berth and port expansion items, expected in 2026. In 2026, several port projects will add handling capacity and new services. Shanghai Lingang will bring an automated container terminal with an initial capacity near 1.5 million 20-foot equivalent units. Ningbo Zhoushan will add deep water berths for large ships and expand cold chain facilities for seafood and fruit. Guangzhou Port will commission new specialized terminals for vehicles and bulk cargo, while Qingdao and Tianjin upgrade container yards and cranes. Ports will install automated cranes, digital yard systems, and real-time tracking to speed loading and reduce stacking time. New bonded warehouses and customs inspection halls will let exporters finish quality checks and rework inside secure zones. Rail spurs and road links will connect terminals to inland logistics parks and the Yangtze River network for trucks and barges. These upgrades will raise throughput and shorten port dwell times. Let us wait and see. From airports that scrape the skies to tunnels beneath the sea, China's 2026 megaprojects promise to reshape the nation forever. But which of these colossal undertakings will truly redefine global trade and travel? And when the dust settles, will the world be ready for China's next leap forward? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exciting content.